Hello, welcome back. Sorry about the technical issue there, but as I said on the last stream, here we are on another live stream where we talk about on the market and their latest data. So thank you so much for everyone who has gone over from the last stream to this one. Thank you very much. And Paul, thank you so much for the super sticker early doors. Thank you so much, my friend. Always a regular. Yeah, really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Cheryl, as she may have seen on my community post, I'm a little bit late as well because we ordered an Indian and it become a little bit delayed. So managed to get some dinner down me, which was lovely. And it was lovely. So thank you very much, Cheryl. And the super sticker has helped pay for it. So thank you very much, Paul. Thank you very much. So if you're new here or you're watching on the replay, every Wednesday at 8:30, again-ish, depending on technical issues, we like to go over the latest news in the property market. Now, what I like to do every week will be a company like Rightmove, Zoopla, Nationwide, Halifax on the market release information based on the facts and figures that they deal with over that month. So if you're new, hit subscribe and hit the bell as well so you get a notification when we do go live, but generally Wednesday at 8:30. Some new people, hello, welcome, and welcome Mia Play, welcome back. Always nice to see some regular and friendly faces. So we haven't done an on the market property report before, purely because I didn't know they'd done them, and I was looking around today and I saw that they do it, so I thought it'd be great for us to go over it, and then we'll go into the question and answer session for as long as the questions are coming in. If not, then we'll cut it short, but hopefully they're generally around an hour. So hopefully, we'll go for about an hour from now. If you do have any questions, please feel free to pop them in the comments section. Put a queue there as well, just so it's easy for me to see between the questions and the general chit chat we have amongst this great community. So thank you, everyone. A few more hellos. JJ, welcome back. Hello, everyone. Chigo, welcome back. Boayun, another regular. Thank you so much for coming here, guys. You know the score as well. We want as many likes as we can. We got to, was it 50 odd last stream? So if we can get over that before the stream finishes, that'll be great. Louise, welcome. Saying hello to everyone. And Nodamashi, I'm probably butchering that. Yay, first time on the live, been watching the save videos for a while now. Thank you so much for taking the time and making the effort to come and join us in this lovely and great growing community. Even to Paul as well. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining. What we'll do for the first couple of minutes, 5 minutes, we'll go in to the report, and then we'll have a little chat amongst ourselves, have any questions. If anybody wants to share their house buying journey, wants to share what they're going for at the moment, what they've been viewing, haven't been viewing, if you've got mortgage offers or offers accepted, please let the guys know, because we're all excited to hear how it's going for everyone. So on the market, I'm not sure if you are aware of the website. You should be on that website, as well as Rightmove and Zoopla. I'm going to interrupt that because Give Me Food has sent a super chat. So thank you so much, Give Me Food. Another regular here. I always appreciate every donation you guys put to the channel. So thank you so much. And promote another regular. Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Say hello to everyone. While I'm rabbiting on, please feel free to have a chat amongst yourselves. A lot of pressure on me if I'm doing all the talking. So let's share this screen. So yeah, on the market, definitely worth having a look at, because they are the cheapest website for estate agents to go on. So if there are some tight estate agents out there, owners, and they only want to advertise on one portal, then on the market might be the one they go to. So definitely worth having a look at that one. D Ghost, welcome, my friend. Welcome back. So let's share that screen. Now, I'm not too sure how much data they have compared to Rightmove and Zoopla, but it still gives us a good idea. If the data matches up with what Rightmove and Zoopla are saying, then we can sort of rely on it. Mia, where's Jane? I don't know where Jane is. My moderator, she's not here. Mia, if you want to pick up the baton and be the moderator to look after people and kick out all the trash, let me know. Or Cheryl might be the usual regulars. Or Boa. There you go. Fight amongst yourselves. Anna, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us. Hi, everyone. Say hello to Anna. Right, so let's share this screen. Let's talk about what they have been going on about. Where are we here? Get my screen up as well so I can see it. So on the market, this is about July, this is report in July about the previous month, June. Quite self-evident there. So 75% of active buyers in the UK are confident they would purchase a property within the next 3 months, which is quite good, really, with everything that's going on in the world, energy prices, petrol, interest rates. 75% of the people they surveyed say they're confident they're gonna buy somewhere. 81% of sellers think they're going to sell in the next 3 months. And 60% of properties that were sold subject to contract were within 30 days of first being lifted. Wow, that's pretty good, actually. So 60% of properties come into the market sold within the first 30 days compared to 57%. Wow. So those properties are selling a little bit quicker according to on the market, which is interesting because I think Rightmove, correct me if I'm wrong, from last week, said that it was starting to slow down a little bit, which is certainly what I've been noticing anyway. Right, where are we here? Let's catch up with some people. Evening now. Welcome to the channel. Flip Flop. Welcome back. I'm sure you've been before. And Anna, you are more than welcome. We're all very, very friendly here. Very, very friendly. We don't bite. We do look after each other, don't we? Well, I've not read this report either, guys. So there might be a little bit where I'm sort of scooting over it as well. So 81% of sellers were confident that they would sell their property within the next 3 months, a slight decrease compared to May, which was 82%, so not much. 14% of sellers were confident they would sell their property within 6 months. I mean, to be honest with you, I think if you're selling a house, you would definitely want it sold within 6 months, wouldn't you? I think even within 3 months. 2% of sellers were confident they would sell their home within the next 9 months. And 3% of sellers were confident they would sell their home within the next 12 months. So how are you liking these stats compared to the Rightmove and Zoopla ones? Because, I mean, they're a bit different, aren't they? They're a bit different. So that's it's broken down between different areas as well. So that's more about sellers. Here we go. Buyer sentiment. Here we go. So 75% of buyers were confident that they would purchase a property within the next 3 months, unchanged compared to May. So have you decided to not buy or to buy? Has your view changed over the last couple of months in terms of whether you're going to buy a property or not? That's what I want to know, guys. That's what I want to know. JJ, welcome. Viewed 3 houses this week, all were overpriced and needed work. Seeing fewer houses coming on for sale, and estate agent said the same thing. So whereabouts in the world are you, JJ? Because I'm noticing more and more coming onto the market, and things are taking just a little bit longer to sell. There are a few more reductions happening in my area of Essex, North Essex. So be interesting to know if you're anywhere near me, and if that's what. Oh God, what's going on where you are? Gerpow, welcome to the channel. Agree, not much new stock coming on in terms of 4 or 5 bedroom large family homes. Only houses I'm seeing are new builds, which I hate. New builds aren't for everyone. But they offer no onward chain, which in this market can be a godsend. You don't know how long chains are going to take to get completed, and vendors to find somewhere. I say you can move straight in, but I do like a bit of character and bigger room sizes generally. So. Where in North Essex station? I am near Colchester, not too far away from Colchester. I don't like giving out my exact location details. I don't know why. I just felt funny about it. But no, I'm near Colchester. Chigo is seeing more reductions here in Leeds. Yep, same as where I'm finding Chigo. Very, very similar to what's going on in my area. And Flip Flop definitely feels like I'm seeing fewer houses for sale around East Cheshire. Wow. North Yorkshire, the area is mainly countryside. Yeah, I mean, so when you've got a more rural area, and I think this is one of the things which a lot of the statistics have backed up over the last couple of years, is a lot of people have been moving to the more rural areas. So when a house does come on the market, it goes very, very quickly because they are very, very popular. Whereas the more urban areas like London hasn't been particularly popular over the last couple of years because people want that open outside area or space where they can relax, extend their houses into, all those sorts of things. So yeah, not an uncommon theme that rural areas are still having that massive interest. And once people move into those types of houses, they very rarely want to sell them. I mean, we have a few very, very nice areas where I work where people joke that they're only going to be carried out in a box or in a nursing home. That'd be the only way they leave the property. A little bit morbid, but that's how some people think. Ayla, very few mid-range homes coming on the market. Anything that comes on filing is listed and sold the same day. Yes, I mean, you've got to get in before they get listed. You need to speak to estate agents on a weekly basis. Get your name in front of them via email, all those bits and pieces, and befriend these estate agents. So they give you a call before they press that button for it to go onto Rightmove. I had a flat that went on the market today, but before it did, I rang 3 or 4 buyers that had been in contact with me that I knew that would be of interest for them because they've told me that. I know they're still looking because they've made the effort to keep calling me to let me know they're still looking. And 3 of them are viewing first thing tomorrow morning. And I hope one of them get it. And that's before it went on Rightmove. So yeah, so definitely a good idea to speak to an estate agent and get those. Sorry, I just read a question. Get those friendships built with estate agents. So I'll definitely do that. Definitely do that. And I just bought our first flat in London. Congratulations. It took us nearly 5 months between the offer and completion. We thought it was too slow, but yes, one of the live streams I done a few weeks ago, Anna, was we done a poll as to how long the community thought the average house sale was taking. And I think a lot of people were wrong. But it was 150 days from the day your offer is accepted to completing or exchanging was the average house sale length, which 5 months is a bloody long time considering the technology we have and how things should be sort of more streamlined and quicker. But unfortunately, they're not. Hopefully, it gets that way in the future, Anna. But it's it's very, very frustrating, especially for us poor estate agents. We don't get paid that commission until you complete. So think of us poor, hungry estate agents. You got to have a curry with a beer, ain't you? Or any Wednesday, really, when I'm doing these live streams. So I like a beer with you guys. Lee, did you manage to find out how much your parents' new build service charge is? We have found out it's going to be like more £400 a month. That can't be right, Louise. Not £400 a month. No. I'll message him while we're doing the live stream. I'll message my dad, see if he replies back. Susan Rover, is that a emoji? I can't see that. Bo Yoon, I feel like the past few weeks there's been less homes coming onto the market. Strange. Again, it just depends where you are. I mean, last year when the stamp duty holiday was there and the year before, a lot of people decided to sell their house and take advantage of that stamp duty holiday, which obviously now has gone. So a lot of people who would have sold second half of last year and maybe this year have already made that move and in their new homes. So that has sort of constricted the amount of properties coming to the market. But hopefully over the next few months, you might find people are looking to downsize soon because it costs too much to heat and run their homes. They want to be closer to family or families moving in together. So there might be a few more properties coming onto the market. For me personally, there is a lot more properties coming onto the market where I am, which is great news for buyers. Providing they're getting pretty quickly. Ilania, new builds. My concern is cladding. Not sure if I can trust ESW1 forms as RICS guidelines. The RICS guidelines are clear. It's the mortgage companies accepting their advice. So RICS give their advice and the government give their guidance, but it's then up to the mortgage companies to act on that advice and guidance, which they don't have to. Remember, it's their money they're lending. They don't have to do what the government say to a certain degree on what houses they have to lend on or not lend on. But yeah, I mean, I don't have too much problem with cladding in my area, but I've read up on it quite a lot. I know lenders blame RICS and RICS say, look, this is what our guidance is. It's up to lenders to do their own sort of due diligence. But if they want to take their guidance, they will do. But they're not all doing that. Mia Pay, what type of surveys would you recommend doing on a house that's more than 60 years old? I mean, you're going to get your valuation survey done anyway by the bank. What you could get done is, if you are worried, you could get a home buyer survey, which is a level 2. The home buyer survey will be like a traffic light system. Green is okay. Amber means you should get it looked at some point in the near future. And red is get looked at straight away before you exchange contracts. So in my area, for our home buyers, the average price is about £400. I mean, you are spending hundreds of thousands of pounds here, most of you guys here. So spending £300 to £400 on a home buyers survey, which could save you thousands and thousands, could be worth doing. But I know a lot of first-time buyers buying in my area just rely on the valuation survey, but that's all it is. It's just a valuation. It's not a survey. They will go round and have a look, Mia, to see if there's any damp and stuff like that or any woodworm, but they won't be looking into too much detail. If you do want to get home buyers, I mean, you can always ask the mortgage surveyor if they'll do a home buyer survey at the same time. That might work out a little bit cheaper, but yeah, I would definitely look at getting a home buyer survey done on that one. I say it can save you a few quid. More houses coming on Kent market, so you're not too far away from me. Update on house. Oh, yes. So Cheryl got somewhere. Seller has finally found with no onward chain. Get in. I can hear you saying that. I don't know what you sound like, Cheryl, but I can imagine the get in. Now pushing sisters to complete ASAP. Of course, I'll be mod, but can't fill Jane's shoes. Yeah, right. There you go. You are mod now. How do I do that? Add moderator. There you go. You are in charge of all these wonderful people, Cheryl. Again, it's an unpaid role. It's thankless, apart from me saying thank you. So thank you for doing it. Feel free to moderate people as best as you want. Hi, Sylvia. Welcome back. Saw you last week. Thank you very much. Paul, it seems a lot more flats for sale and big houses down in Devon. That's interesting. I know house prices are really, really expensive where you are in the world, and also you've experienced some of the biggest price growth as well in the last year, 2 years. So flats, people might be trying to capitalize on selling the cheaper end of your market, because if everything is very expensive, like your big houses, medium-sized houses, flats might be a compromise for people to buy. So that's interesting to know. Sorry, I thought it might be. My old man hasn't messaged me yet, Louise, but if you email me on that, I'll have your email address, and then once my dad does give me a message back, I'll ping you an email of how much their charges are. And they've been there 2-3 years now, so I'll be able to tell you how much theirs have gone up by if he's willing to share that delicate information with me. But yeah, ping me an email, and then once I know, I'll be able to email you rather than you having to wait until next week. But of course, I'd love you to still be here next week. And I'll get rid of that. Back to that. Where are we? Oh, sorry. I'm rubbish at doing all this. Right, give me food. Again, thanks for the super chat, give me food. How can we renegotiate our offer if the report from our survey says the agreed price of 550k is reasonable? As first-time buyers, we felt conned by the estate agent. I'm sorry about that. We're not all bad. And increasing our offer to 550. Don't feel comfortable with this, but like the property way too much to walk away. Is there any more on there anymore? Right. So first and foremost, I'm guessing that is the mortgage survey that's agreed with a 550 price. And blimey, I bet your mortgage payment is a lot more than mine a month. Of course, you can renegotiate. You can. Everything is subject to contract. So right up until exchange of contracts, you can pull out, change your mind, offer a different price, and so can the seller. So I would personally come up with some reasons as to why you want to renegotiate. I know you can say that with the cost of living going up, you're worried about paying the mortgage and stuff like that. If you haven't had a home buyer survey done, you could get a home buyer survey done. That will more than likely find a couple of issues, which might mean you're able to renegotiate. But at the end of the day, the seller doesn't have to. They may have already spent that money or reliant on using that money to buying their next property. Give me food. So if you are going to renegotiate, it's best to have a good reason and be able to back it up. It's going to be very difficult to go to the estate agent and say, I feel like you conned me into paying more money than I wanted to. It's never nice to feel like you've been conned, but at the same time, you could have said no. You could have said no and stuck to your figure. But I do get that fear of missing out. You don't want to lose out on your dream house. But yeah, try and find a reason why you'd want to renegotiate. If you can't, just be honest and say, look, I feel like we're paying too much for the property. We want to renegotiate to X amount of money and see how you get on. But I would ideally I would ideally try and find a valid reason which you can provide to the estate agent so they can go to the seller and say, look, this is why they're renegotiating price. That's generally due to work being done to a property. Work that needs to be done to a property. Usual road call, guys. 14 likes. Come on. That's not good enough. We need more likes on the channel. As a moderator, Cheryl, that's your new job, to get people to like the stream. So a little bit of homework there for you. Type of mistake. It was a month. Yeah. I'd run a mile if it's a month as well. I really would. Now, thought I'd join tonight. Thank you very much. Top man for doing this. Watch past live stream and very informative for us first time buyers. Thank you so much for watching the replays. I don't know how engaging it is for people for watching back on the replay, but I'm glad. I mean, over 1,000 people, 1,500 people do each week. So yeah, very, very happy with that. Very happy, and I'm more than happy to keep doing it, providing people are watching. That's the main thing. The Fed and the bank BOC, recent H rights have put pressure on the Bank of England to go aggressive on the fall. Yep. So Bank of England, the last Bank of England meeting they had of the governors, I think 6 voted to put interest rates up by 0.25%, whereas 3 wanted to raise it by 0.5%. It'd be interesting to see next week or the week after next if more governors are in favour of raising the interest rate by 0.5% rather than 0.25%, and that, of course, will have a big impact on mortgage payments. So if you haven't got your mortgage agreed or looked at, certainly get into it, guys. Definitely get into it. If you have a product that you're looking to secure, let your broker know, see if they can secure that product for you. Because if interest rates go up again in a couple of weeks' time, you're going to see more and more low interest rates going. I mean, don't get me wrong, interest rates are particularly low compared to the 80s when they were 13, 14%, but you want to lock in that rate as soon as you can, Seeing a few come on the market in Hemel, where I am. The good ones get snapped up quick, though. Yep, same with anywhere. The stuff that's on the market for more than 30 days is generally stuff that is not very good, overpriced or something wrong with it. Stuff that's going in the first couple of days or week, that's the good stuff, and that's when you need to get in with an estate agent. We don't all buy it. Sam, welcome to the channel, my friend. I don't think I recognize you, so welcome. Hey, Lee, how long would it take? How long would a typical take for a property to complete where it's chain free and the buyers are first time buyers? Just curious. So you're probably looking with no chain and everything goes swimmingly, probably you could look at 10 to 12 weeks. So if the seller gets their paperwork back, the searches only take a couple of weeks to come back, and the mortgage offer comes out pretty quickly. 10 weeks, 12 weeks would be what I would be looking at. So just keep on the ball with all your paperwork with your solicitor, and don't be afraid to call the estate agent to ask for updates and to to sort of get them to get a wiggle on. But yeah, 10 to 12 weeks generally, but don't hold me to it. Lee, do you think this will make it even harder for new buyers at current price, or do you think house prices will cool to account? I mean, we've had interest rate increases since December, and house prices are still going up. I think Lloyd's today still predict that house prices are going to be 1.4% more expensive than they were last year. They did say it was going to be 1.8%. So they've revised it down by 0.4%. But even with what's going on, they still feel that this year house prices are going to be 1.4% more expensive than last year. Add on to that, back to back interest rate hikes from the Bank of England. Yeah, the longer you leave it this year, the more expensive it is going to be to buy. Cheryl, usually 150 days. Yes, exactly. We just covered that. I'm a little bit behind. D would do a level 3 survey. Mia, level 3. Interesting. I personally will go home buyers, but yeah, all to their own. Oh, where are we? Louise, our lender's basic valuation survey has been scheduled for this Friday. Do we need to tell the vendors they'll be coming to do this? Not sure how. No. So what would have happened is the surveyor would have called the estate agent to book in that valuation. So your mortgage broker would have asked the agent you're buying the property through and their contact details. They'll pass that on to the lender, who pass it on to the surveyor, who call the estate agent to book in that mortgage valuation. So you haven't got to do a thing. If it's been booked in for Friday or scheduled for this Friday, then it's all been booked in and everyone's been made aware. Hello, Suji. Hello, thank you for joining us. Yeah, waiting for you to reply to my WhatsApp. Actually, I think so. Yeah, so Susie looking for a property. She emailed me asking for my help, and we've been chatting on WhatsApp a little bit. So hopefully we can help secure a property for her and help her through the house buying process. So Susie, please pop in the comment section, let people know what you've been going through. Saves me and my throat. Tom Andrews, welcome back, Tom. Hi, Lee. Thanks again for replying to my email on the weekend. You are more than welcome. It was really helpful. Completing in a few weeks and moving in with parents till we find the right property. Fantastic. And thank you for the coffee as well, Tom. Thank you for the coffee. As I said, it was going on some liquid refreshment rather than coffee. So thank you. James. Good evening, Grey West. Thank you very much, James. Thanks for joining us. Say hello to James, everyone. And to Dan. Hello, Dan. How are you doing? Let's have a quick look at the live stream likes. We are up to 26 and there's 46 people viewing. So some people still haven't liked. So come on, guys. Come on, guys. Let's get those likes up. Tell YouTube that the stuff I'm spouting is half decent, please. Anna, there were so many things to consider: location, neighborhood size, overall condition, cladding, asbestos, budget, mortgage. It's a nerve-wracking, but hopefully worthy. It will be. You wait. When you do get your keys, or if you have got your keys, it's a fantastic feeling. You might be sitting in an empty house with nothing but fish and chips on the floor with a lamp on, but it's yours. Do you know what I mean? It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling. And I love selling houses to first-time buyers. You guys are so grateful and so excited and so happy when you finally get over all these hurdles that you have to go through over the last couple of years. So I'm really, really happy that it's going to be worth it for you. And I know it will be. I know it will be. B, welcome back. Hello there. What does a bank look for when you're trying to get a mortgage? Now, I've got to say legally that I'm not a mortgage broker, and this is my opinion and not advice, but they are looking at affordability. So that's your current credit commitments, what your outgoings are, and what your incomings are. So don't rely too much on your credit score. Each bank and lender have their own criteria of what is a good person to lend to. So your credit score is, it's something to help you understand where you're at, but not generally an indication whether somebody will lend you money or not. So they're going to go for how much money you're on. So generally 4.5 times your wages. There are some lenders subject to your circumstances that will do 5.5 times your wages. Look at your outgoings, so your financial commitments, and that will include children. So a child will be a financial commitment because there may be childcare costs, schooling costs, feeding that child, all those bits and pieces as well. They'll then pull that into a computer and then decide whether you are worthy of being lumbered with their debt for the next 25 to 35 years. Crazy, isn't it? But yeah, what you want to try and do is get your in the months before you apply for your mortgage, is get your outgoings down as best as you can. So if you can stop going to Costa, as Kirsty says, on location, if you was to stop buying Costas and having Netflix, you'd be able to get a mortgage, which she's not right, but she's not wrong. If you can lower your outgoings each month, then the banks should generally lend you more money. So try and reduce your outgoings and increase your income. Easy, right? Absolutely easy. I've been looking to buy a property for the last 2 months. The safest bet for me is to get a freehold property with an EPC potential to be a B. Any suggestions about areas with good connections to London? I'm intrigued to say why you've said a potential to be a B. So would you rule out any property that you couldn't buy if the energy rating couldn't get to a B? Because some older style houses, you could spend 20, 30,000 pounds on energy efficiency things and still not get to a B. Good connections to London. I mean, where I am, I'm an hour and 10 minutes away by train. Colchester, Ipswich isn't too bad. Chelmsford, all of those on those sort of line. I'm more to the east of London, so I know those areas a little bit better than west, north, or south. But yeah, where I am, I'm an hour and 10 minutes away by train to Liverpool Street, which I don't think is too bad when they're not striking, that is. So welcome back, Sue. Hope you're okay. We had our offer accepted nearly 6 weeks ago, no chain, and we have had no paperwork back or anything. Feels like I have to constantly be hassling. That's nuts. So I would guess that the property is empty because somebody may have passed away and that the family are filling out the paperwork who may need some help or may not know the answers to those questions. So I would certainly be getting onto your solicitor and the estate agent to say, look, 6 weeks is plenty long enough not to have those draft paperwork or draft contracts through from the seller's solicitor, and really start ramping up that pressure with the estate agent, because yeah, they're going to want their commission. They won't be happy that it hasn't started yet. I'll say us agents don't get paid unless it completes. So they're going to want that deal through as quickly as possible. And if that isn't going anywhere, they need to know. They should know, but obviously they don't. And start pressurizing the seller and their solicitor. Yeah, come back next week. Let us know if those draft contracts have come out. That'd be good. Be good. Everyone, please like the stream, as helps the channel grow. Lee does a Q&A every Wednesday at 8:30 and discusses anything new with property market. Thank you in advance. Let's see if your call to action has worked, Cheryl. We are at 34. Excellent. Excellent. We need to get to 50. We need to get to 50. That's my target. That is my target tonight. Lee or Lai, what do you the interest rates will be around the new year? Well, they're expecting interest rates, or they're hoping interest rates will drop for the second quarter of next year. So whether they drop to, it depends where they are this time next year. If they're at 3-4% and they're going to drop, we don't know if they're going to drop 1%, 2%, or come back down to sort of less than 1%. So I honestly don't know. All I know is that they're anticipating that inflation will be under control by this time next year, and they can then start reducing interest rates down. But we don't know how high they're going to get for them to start reducing down from. So difficult question to answer, unfortunately. I would like to think that we will be somewhere lower than where we are now, but that's up to the people on a lot more money than me, who have a lot more information. But yeah, I honestly don't know, Lee. I honestly don't know. I wish I could help with that. HMD Station. Hello, HM. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the channel. If you haven't liked the stream, HM, please do so. Really, really appreciate it. Elania, by the year end, I expect Bank of England rates to be 3% recession on the way. Potentially. But as I've said before, unless the recession actually affects you personally, if you lose your job or have your wages cut or anything like that, a recession, I mean, I've lived through a couple of recessions. I was all right. I didn't notice my wages go down at all, or particularly much. I didn't lose my job. I touched wood just in case anything was to happen. So the recession, the word recession is a media frenzy to sell papers and get clicks. Unless a recession actually affects your industry, your profession, and your way of life, then I don't see the big deal. I may be completely wrong, but that's just my opinion, and this is what my channel is all about: is my opinion and helping you guys. Hi Lee, would you advise to accept a lower cash offer or a higher offer from a first-time buyer with a mortgage? The difference of around 5% of the value of the property. Thanks. So it's difficult. A difficult one. What is more important to you at the moment as a seller? Is it quickness or the amount of cash you're going to have at the end of it? Only you can answer that, Naheem. I personally would think first-time buyer is a great buyer, but not as quick sometimes as a cash buyer. A cash buyer can decide not to have searches, not to have inquiries, not to have a survey, all those things which can, if they do that, speed things up. Whereas a first-time buyer has to get a mortgage, has to have searches, and the lender will also get the buyer to do some fact-finding themselves. So my only answer to that would be, what's more important, quickness or money? If money is more important, then go with the first-time buyer. If quickness is more important, then go with the cash buyer. I hate saying it. Sorry, first-time buyers. I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, if you're after quickness, and stress that in the sale, that the only reason I'm accepting this offer is because of I want it done in 6 to 8 weeks, something like that. But yeah, only go with the cash buyer if you are in a rush. If you're not in a rush, an extra 5% in your pocket will go a long way, paying estate agency fees, solicitors fees, and the potential stamp duty you might have on a onward purchase. Let us know next week what you decide to do, please. Amy, welcome back, Amy. Long time no view. Yes. We are sadly back to square one. The sellers would not resolve the land encroachment, so we pulled out, even though the estate agent tried to persuade us to sign a TP1. Hope you're all okay. Oh, I'm terribly sorry, Amy. I'm terribly sorry. I'm hoping that you haven't been scarred by it too much. And yeah, I hope there's some more properties on the market now. Is there much more about? But I'm really, really sorry. Let's just all give some love to Amy, who's yeah, she left us for a little bit, but she's back. She's back. Ayla, I'm finding that there are a lot of cash buyers on the market, so not really concerned about interest rates. Yeah, I mean, I would be concerned with interest rates, but because not every buyer is a cash buyer, and cash buyers are at the bottom of the chain. The person who might be buying your house may have sold to a cash buyer, but they may require a mortgage. So generally in most chains, the vast majority, or at least half of the transactions in that chain require a mortgage. So there's going to be a lot of people who are affected by interest rates. You're more than welcome, Louise. Yep, email me and I'll make sure I come back to you when I know. The Ghost, welcome. You've hit the thumbs up. Let's hope other people have followed suit as well. I hate begging. Naheem, I'm looking to purchase a property, but the homeowners mentioned there's a mine within 10 meters, but it's at the end of the street. Just wait, my lender might back up. Get your mortgage broker to speak to the lender first before you start spending any money. See their criteria for mines near your area before you go any further. That'd be my advice, Naheem. Speak to your broker, let them know your concern, and let them do what you're paying them to do. Where are we here? Hi, Lee. USA just increased interest rate by 0.75 to 2.5 total. Europe increased by 0.5. What's your opinion on UK? Yeah, I think they may go big in comparison to what they have done recently. Obviously, other countries and the European Bank going up a large amount. But I personally think there will be more governors this month swinging towards increasing interest rates to 0.5%, by 0.5%, excuse me. So taking those interest rates up to quite high compared to what we're used to. But yeah, that's what I think. We'll find out. I think it was early August we find out. And of course, we'll be doing a video on it or a live stream as well. So, and am I the only one who sees more and more reduction? No, I'm seeing it as well. I think if you see any house that's been on the market for more than 4 weeks, then they're ones you should be viewing, even if they're outside your price bracket, because they are clearly overpriced and need a reduction. Yes, family filling in the paperwork as owners passed away. I love it when I'm right. I'm talking regularly with estate agents who are pushing for us to. Fingers crossed we receive draft contracts by next week. Yep. What I would make sure, Sue, as well, I'm guessing you've probably already done this, but make sure you've paid your search fees. If you can do it by cash or cleared funds into your solicitor's account rather than card, paying by card over the phone, because that can add a week's delay before they actually submit your searches. So I would certainly go in and pay backs or cash, so they've got cleared funds straight away rather than paying by a debit card. Lil, thanks for that. Do you have a step-by-step guide for the house buying process? Also, do you know if there are any sites to give you a good idea if the neighborhood is good or not? I'm thinking about doing a few things, step-by-step guides, some PDFs, etc., which I am looking into, but it's very hard to have a family, full-time job, and a side hustle, if you like. But no, it is certainly something I am looking into. What I am offering, though, is a house buying service where I will negotiate your offer on the house that you want to buy, and I'll be with you every step of the way throughout the transaction, right up until you exchange contracts. So I'm just putting the finishing touches on that. But I think for a couple of £100, I will negotiate the sale and be there with you. You'll have my number to call me at any point to discuss any worries. I can give you any advice rather than waiting for these things. So if that be something you're interested in, then email me and let me know. But I say I've got a few ideas going around which can help me help you, but also help me as well. So, thank you, Lee, for answering my question. I've been working overtime like a donkey for the past 3 months to increase my income. Hope it works out. Yeah, I mean, they will take I think most lenders take a certain percentage of your overtime in. So they won't take all of the overtime in unless it's in your contract. So, yeah, do it. It's great to be earning more money, but just bear in mind that they will probably only take a few, a certain percentage of that. Hi, I'd love to share my stressful property hunting journey, but I'm not been able to send comments. Not sure why. I wonder whether it was too long, maybe, Susie. It might have been too long. For some reason, there's only a few, you can have up to 50 characters or something like that. So maybe try and shorten it. Highly, after 3 months of looking, we have finally had an offer accepted a bit under asking price. Fantastic, Blanca. Congratulations. Congratulations. We've got the house we need, not the house we want, but in the location we long thought the market edges out. There's a fantastic. That's been my advice for the last couple of months is if you can't buy the house you want, buy the house you need. That's, I think, the best things that have come out of my mouth for a long time on this channel, I think, is buy the house you need, not the house you want. I think you'll find you'll be very, very happy there, Blanca. So congratulations. Let's give some love for Blanca. Really, really happy for you. Really, really happy for you. And I did forget to answer that question, but yes, Street Check is a good site to use for looking at stats on local property. Can give you a general idea of what to exactly get. Very good idea. Thank you so much, Shell, for jumping in there. I did forget that. Blanca, submitted mortgage application today, 3.5 poor rate with our 10% deposit. So higher rate is disappointing, but happy things are finally moving forward. Are you, tell me to keep your nose out if you don't mind, Blanca, but are you looking in for a 2, 5, 10, 15-year fixed rate? That'd be interesting to know. I mean, I've been recommending, or my opinion has been to lock in for probably a 5-year fixed rate at this point. That's what I'd done. So you got that peace of mind, but at least you know for however long your mortgage is, your fixed term is 3.54%. That's what your mortgage rates, your mortgage payment will be, no matter what happens between now and when your fixed rate ends with interest rate. So it gives you that security, and I like security. I like your security. Lee, you can indeed. If you ping me an email, on this one. I will share you my WhatsApp number. And if you do want to use my property helping service, I've got to think of a better name for that. If you've got a better name for that, please pop it in the comment section. Yeah, ping me an email and I'll be more than happy to send you over my my WhatsApp number. We can discuss how I can help you. Where are we? Property I went to yesterday wasn't worth it, so I'm not going to put more than an asking price. Yeah, I think, yeah. So Susie viewed a property yesterday, sent me some details, some pictures. I mean, it looks okay. But when she got there, the agent already said there was an asking price offer on it, which is a little bit disappointing. And she didn't feel like it was worth more than that. And I think she's done the right thing by walking away. If you don't feel the property is worth the price that you're being maybe edged into paying, then walk away. It's better to be happy from day one rather than sort of feeling a little bit resentful for the amount you're paying for a property. Sorry, it is frustrating. It is frustrating. It is very frustrating. Third time lucky. I'm hopeful. Just want to get a property before our mortgage offer runs out end of October. Lost an offer at the weekend to a cash buyer looking for no chain, reduced for quickness. Yeah, I mean, going for no chain can reduce the amount of properties that are out there for you, Amy. So although it's nice not to have a chain, the right house for you might be out there, just no one with chains. So don't rule them out, because some chains can go through very, very quickly. They can. So don't rule them out straight away. Yes, done 5 weeks ago, but thanks. Perfect. Perfect. I thought you might pay for those searches quickish. Some love coming for you, Amy. That's a shame, Amy. Fingers crossed for the next one for you. Definitely. That sounds like a great idea. Is that about the searches, Chigo? Is there any special pill how I will be able to find a property under market conditions? I've tried agencies, but in 3 months, I've not had any properties which would be offered by agent. Even I will have to. I haven't got the rest of that. I think, no, most sellers won't be selling their house under market value at the moment. It's just a seller's market. Unless an owner is desperate, I mean, really desperate, then they may reduce for a quicker sale, but there'll be cash buyers who can offer that quicker sale rather than first-time buyers. But yeah, it's not really the market for buying properties under market value. The only way you could probably do that is if you see a house you like, you knock on the door and offer them money, and them not really know the price that their property is worth. So yeah. Yeah, it's not really the market for buying below market value, but keep in touch with estate agents. I know you haven't had much luck yet. Keep in touch, persevere. It will be worth it. It will be worth it. Hi, Adam. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Please give it a like up if you haven't already. Hi, Lee. We live in Brighton with sea views, nice part of the world. Our neighbours just listed an identical house to ours for 33% more than what we bought it for 1.5 years ago. I know, I know prices have gone up, but not that much. So they reckon house prices have gone up on average 26% since COVID, that word. Yes, about 26%. So some areas there'll be more, some areas it will be less, but it's 33%. A third is a hell of a lot of money in a year and a half. Whether it sells or not, Adam, is another question. So it'd be interesting to know if that does sell. If it does sell at that price, would you be interested in selling? Would you be interested in taking out that extra money or remortgaging to pull some money out and maybe buying a buy to let or investing it somewhere else? But no, a 33% increase does sound a hell of a lot. But if it sells and the mortgage offer gets out on it and it goes through, then it's worth it. It's worth it. Amy, thank you all for your support. Much appreciated. Constantly looking now, thinking it wasn't meant to be. But things happen for a reason. They do happen for it. And we like to be optimistic on this channel, don't we, guys? We're not pessimistic. We are optimistic. So definitely. Great idea, Lee. Thank you very much. I have so many now. So many. If you've got any ideas on what I can call this service, then please let me know. We are not first-time buyers. However, this has been the most stressful time. I mean, buying and selling at the same time can be very stressful. The whole process seems to be more complex than ever. So we're still learning lots from you guys. Oh, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. I mean, look, you're in a position where you can share what it's like buying for the second time or selling and buying. So please pop in what you've been experiencing. I'm sure these guys would love to know. 5-year fixed rate from Blanca, good decision, in my opinion. Good decision. Dan Mount, welcome to the channel. First time buyer, how much value would you place on an approved planning permission for a loft conversion? Currently looking at 3-bed masonette in London with the option to add a further 2 bedrooms and above. I mean, you don't need, depending on what type of loft conversion, you don't need planning permission for a loft conversion. You just need building regs, which they come and do during the process and at the end. So I wouldn't say it adds too much if you can get 2 rooms in there and a bathroom without planning permission. If they're going a hip to gable end, which means changing the whole external appearance of the roof, then yes, you would need planning permission. But if I don't think I can put a percentage of how much it adds onto value. It might. I'd probably say it makes a property more saleable than adds pounds onto a property. Because me, for example, I want to go in the loft in our house. Got to save up some money, so any super chats would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, but we can't do it at the moment. But I wouldn't necessarily go and buy a property that had planning permission for a loft conversion, when I know personally that most properties you can put a property at least a room and an ensuite in a loft with just building regs without planning permission. So yeah, I can't really answer that one for you, Dan. Sorry about that, mate. Sorry. Thank you. You're more than welcome. Ping me an email and we can have a chat. Hi, a beer. Welcome. I will have a beer. Thank you. All this talking is very thirst quenching. And thank you so much for helping first time. No, it's more than welcome. I love doing it. It's yeah, highlight of my week doing this. Lee, be very careful with that saying. Didn't a very famous person with a very similar slogan? Yeah, wasn't a nice guy. But I will try and help you. I'll try and help you. Yes, I mean your search is busy. Yeah, that's what I'm looking to do. I mean, I don't think I can do the whole property search thing because that's very in depth. I can give you my opinion on properties that you have found, do some research on it. But yeah, I don't think I've got the resources at the moment and the time to commit to that. And I really wouldn't want to charge the amount of money these buying agencies charge. They charge thousands and thousands of pounds to find a property and go through the whole process with you. I think a couple of £100, I think people can afford that, I'd like to think. And they would, what's the word I'm looking for here? They would be thankful for the advice for that. Because I think buying a house can take months and months and months. And for one payment, I'll be with you from day one, right until you exchange contracts, whether it be one house fall through, or if you're unlucky enough for Amy to have 2 houses fall through, I will be there. I nearly sung Baywatch then. Sung it in there. I'll report. Yes, let us know. Let us know. Then let us know when you go on the market if it does sell. I mean, your ideas have service to advocate first advisor growth. Yes, that I'm going to hopefully kick it out soon with any luck. Kay, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for joining us. First time buyer here. Welcome. Got my offer accepted at the end of May. Congratulations. And it's been a long journey to completion. Hope it'll be the next 4 to 5 weeks. Would definitely have loved to use your advocacy service. Well, when you buy again, Kay, I'll be here. Hopefully. I'm pleased. I always thought it'd be a bit strange asking people for money for doing things. It seems weird, but I think it will be valued. I think some people would value that advice and that time I can give them to helping you through this journey. There's only so much I can do for a live stream and the limited hour that we do have. So yeah. Yes, Trues, didn't think of that. You're welcome. Hi, Paul. Thanks for sticking around. You've been here all evening. Thank you. I bought a refurb for 160k, spent 20k on it, and bought the house last year. Got the keys in April this year because of probate. Hopefully move in this week. It's been a struggle and a lot of blimey. You've done well. That's a long stint. And good luck. Good luck when you move in, mate. Good luck when you move in. So yes, we are coming up to the end of the stream. We've gone for 50 minutes. So, and we were a little bit late. So thanks for sticking with us, guys. If you do have any more questions, please feel free to get them in the next couple of minutes, because I think we will start to wrap it up. We've got to 36 likes, which I'm a bit disappointed, guys. I'm a bit disappointed. Can we get that up a bit more? Can we get up a bit more? Please, please, please. And sorry, Louise, my dad still hasn't messaged me back about, about those service charges. Hopefully we can get up sooner rather than later. Yep. So please give us a like if you haven't already. Oh, hang on. Whoa. More questions. Thank you for the reassurance. We've got an old Victorian conversion flat. We're really hoping we got a good one without too many issues. We did all the survey, but we are worried. What are you worried about? You've had the surveys. Did anything come back on the surveys and worry you? If it has, then get somebody out to look at it. Get a professional out to look at the things that have worried you. So definitely do that. You pay for surveys to help stop the worries, not continue them. So we're on property 3 after problems with the previous 2. First pulled out a few days before exchange, and the next one had work done with no building regs completed. Complicated. Stick with it. Yeah, I mean, there are so many things which come to light when you're so far down the line in buying a property. So many things. So I'm a firm believer in sellers having to provide more information up front to buyers so they can make an informed decision before people start spending money. There are so many things during a property transaction which can come up right at the end, which is really, really, really annoying. It's really frustrating that solicitors have this information, yet it takes an age before they look at it and go through it and report it to you or to the lender. So yeah, can be quite annoying. But yeah, stick with it, guys. Stick with it. Stay optimistic, and you've got me and this wonderful community to vent on if you ever need to. Apart from the water tank, nothing was bad. Well, yeah, don't worry then. Was it an asbestos water tank? Because that can be removed. So don't worry too much on that front. Agree. Belief system needs to be. Yeah. It's very draconial. I like using that word. Our conveyancing system is very draconial. The way it works is just so backwards. In Scotland, you have to provide pretty much all the information you need up front to the buyer: survey, searches, information, and that seems from this side of the border to work perfectly. And I think that would be very, very, very happy to adopt that sort of system. But unfortunately, it's rubbish. It is rubbish. And it's cost people thousands of pounds of money. And Chico, yeah, I think Scotland said, I think they do. I think they have to provide that survey up front as well. So yeah, I certainly think that's something which we need to look at. Kay Hicks, I'd happily pay £200 to have you walk through this process with me. Well worth the peace of mind. Thank you so much. Really nice to hear. I thought best get this set up there better not if people actually want to use it. Cheryl, thanks for having a good stream. Thank you, Cheryl. Let's also say thank you to Cheryl for being the moderator, keeping all the nasty people out of this stream and helping remind me that I forget to answer some questions sometimes. So thank you so much, Cheryl. Thank you. Thanks so much for yesterday. I'll surely message you possibly tomorrow, working long hours, and we can discuss more. No, you're more welcome. Yeah, please do. I am working tomorrow, so I will come back to you as soon as I can. Nina, welcome to the channel. Hi, I've been watching your streams offline for the past 2 months. Thank you for all the information I've learned. I thank you for watching. I say watching the replays. I don't know how entertaining it is for you not being part of the community as it's happening, but thank you for taking the time and joining us this evening. Really, really appreciate it. Hopefully be able to see you next week with any luck as well. Sam, been looking at a 2-bed semi in Dunstable area, but can't get any gauge on the prices since no one on the road has sold anything similar. Any advice? And thanks before the answer. And thanks before for their answer. Yeah, right. So you can. Zoopla's a pretty decent thing to look at if properties have been sold in the last year. So you go on Zoopla, house prices, that will give you a very, very rough estimate. You could even call up an estate agent, say you live down a certain street and have a certain type house. What do they think it's worth over the phone? So if they do a desktop valuation or an online valuation and see what people have, what agents think that they could sell it for. Be aware, some agents will say a bit more to try and win your business. But if that 2-bed semi in Dunstable has been on the market for a little while, Sam, then I would imagine it's could be a little bit too much money. If it's just come on the market, then you might have to pay close to the asking price. But the longer you leave it, generally, the less close owners get to their asking price. So yeah, let us know how long it's been on the market. Might be able to shed some more light on that. Lee, you mentioned when renegotiating the property to use the excuse of cost of living. Isn't that it's a poor excuse? Excuse the pun. Any better reasons we can use? Home buyer so agrees with you. If you haven't got any real reason to use, you're going to have to make stuff up, or just be honest and say, look, I think I overpaid. I mean, you could say that the cost of living is a worry, bills are going up. I mean, if you was to have started the house buying process in October and you're not going to complete until this October, your energy bill has gone up sort of like 200%. So yeah, the cost of living will have an impact on people, but I don't think it's a great excuse. The only good reasons to renegotiate the price is if a surveyor says that you're paying too much for the property, or there's work that needs to be done. I know, Boa, you've mentioned a few times you want to try and renegotiate your house price, but I think just be honest with them. I feel like I'm paying too much. I'd like to pay. I'd feel more comfortable buying at this price and seeing what the seller says. There's no guarantee it will work. Even less guarantee it will work if you don't have any evidence to back up why you're offering low. But yeah, I can't think of any other excuses apart from pure facts that the property is either too much money or needs more work than what you anticipated. Anything else you'd have to make up or just be honest and say, I'm paying too much. I want to renegotiate and see how that goes. So Amy's on the third, the third one as well. 3 is a magic number, Sue. We got this. Learned so much. Our sister has been so good. Cannot recommend enough. Never have to chase. She's very thorough. Let the bidding wars commence. Amy, it might be worth you sharing the solicitor you're using with the guys in the community and let your solicitor know that you are recommending her because of how good they are. I said her. I was presuming she. Yes. Yeah. And then, do you know what I mean? Let other people piggyback on your journey and your success with your solicitor and recommend away. Sue saying Cheryl. Chigo saying thank you as well. Nina, blimey, we're going on a bit longer tonight, guys. I believe the property that I'm buying, there's a permitted side extension, but I doubt it was disclosed to the neighbours' council. Is this a big issue? So if they've built something on the side and not got planning permission, you can get, or the seller can get an indemnity policy, which is an insurance policy, which would protect you if the council were to come back and say that shouldn't be there. Doesn't mean you can keep it, but you'll get paid out in the event that you need to remove it and any property value loss and stuff like that. But don't go to the council. Don't speak to the council about it because you then won't be able to get your indemnity policy. It's like trying to get car insurance after you've had a crash. It just doesn't work, does it? you can't get insured for the vehicle you've just crashed because it's just not on. But no, certainly speak to your solicitor and see if the seller will provide an indemnity policy which will cover you if the council were to come back and say that shouldn't be there. You are welcome. Emma, welcome to the channel. Hello, buying a flat, but landlady doesn't seem to know what's land. So about land registry, and it says we have the drive and half the garden, but no one said what we have. I'm tempted to bow. Have you seen? Sorry, I'm trying to make heads or tails of that. What you want to see is the plan from the solicitor, drawn out. That might make it a bit clearer. If you want to email me anything or email me a question, please do. I know you have limited characters in the chat, so if you want to email me that. Maybe be a bit more in depth. I'll look into it and see what I can do. See if I can help you out a little bit there, Emma. Before you bail. Where are we? Oh, sorry. Times for that. No one knows what land we've got. I'd like to know what we're buying. Plus, interest rates are worrying. Interest rates are worrying. But yeah, on that plan, Emma, as I said, that will list out in a red square what you're actually buying and what's your responsibility and what the seller has the legal thing of being able to sell. So ask your solicitor to see the plan. If there isn't a plan, then that's interesting. But feel free to email me. Thanks, Cheryl. Get some more love, Cheryl. And thanks, Ian. No, you're welcome. You're welcome, Bar. Look at that. Love when people chat amongst each other. It could justify get the sellers back up. Try. It can do. It can do. So there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. And you've got to be prepared that if the seller says no to renegotiations, are you going to have to go with tail between your legs? Okay, we'll still carry on. If you're willing to pull out over it, then pull out over it. It might even be worth saying, look, we're not going to go ahead unless we can get the property at this price. But if you are still happy to pay what you're paying for that property, you think it's worth it, then it may not be worth, was it upsetting the apple cart or whatever it is? But yeah, think very carefully before you do. You're more than welcome, Nina, more than welcome. Yes, of course. Fisher, Amy, we recommend the same solicitor. What a small world. Is it Joe or Karen? Let me know. That's just literally, I just sent shivers down my spine, Amy. We might be in a very, very similar location to each other. Thanks for answering, Lee. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, like. Let's give a quick count up. What did we get up to? 43, I think it's saying. Can we do better than that, guys? Can we do better before we leave this evening? You're more than welcome. Ping me an email. I'll look at it tomorrow for you. No problem at all. And Paul says, spread the love. I appreciate spreading the love, Paul. I appreciate the super chat as well. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that. Pauline. Yes. Pauline's over in Holland, I believe, isn't she? Is she in the Holland office? I think so. Amy, pop me an email. Are you buying in the same town as a solicitor? I don't expect you to put where you're buying if you don't want to in the chat, even if you don't want to on an email. But it'd be interesting to chat to you about what you've experienced in a similar area to where I am. But that's such a small world, such a small world. But yeah, I recommend this solicitor as well. Where are they? Fisher Jones Greenwood, the Clacton branch. Of course, you can state her name. I know you have as well. So yeah, Pauline. There's Pauline, Joe, and Karen at Fisher Jones Greenwood in Clacton. They're all fantastic conveyancers, really, really, really good guys. And I certainly have recommended them for nearly 20 years. So, guys, thank you so much for joining me. We've been going over an hour and we were late as well. So I'm probably going to get in trouble with the missus. But I'll see you again next week at 8:30. Thanks for joining me. Hopefully there'll be no technical issues towards the end. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'll see you again soon. Take care.